All right, everybody, let's begin to today's webinar 2026 for associations. I know some of you, or most of you, were expecting my colleague William, but unfortunately, he's a bit under the weather today, so I am substituting for him today. I hope that's fine with all of you. My name is Willis, and I'll be your host for today. And today, we shall discuss how associations can take to the next level in 2026. And with that, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and perhaps good evening to everybody around. So let's begin with my presentation. Well, some of you might already know what GlueUp does, and some of you might not. Essentially, GlueUp is a SaaS provider. We're cloud-based and we provide technology for associations worldwide. We have partnered up with some of these prestigious entities such as CVET, the Association Chamber of Executives, NVIDIA, Florida Society of Association Executives, and the ASAE. So what does GlueUp do? We provide a CRM where you are able to manage a bunch of your operations, if not all, under one roof, which includes event management, membership management, email marketing, CRM, which I mentioned, finance, analytics, task, mobile apps, and many more. And I would like to say the CRM or customer relationship management is the heart of all of this, where you have the ability to tie all of your operations and see the engagement in one area. Hence the title, Manage Your Engagement All in One. We empower over, sorry about that. We empower over 1,500 member-based organizations in over 70 countries, and we're quite prominent all over. But since today's time is an APAC time zone, you can see some of the organizations here: the Singapore International Mediation Center, the Asia Society Japan, Visit Sunshine Coast, the Institute of International Internal Auditors, Philippines. The CRM, I mentioned this is the heart of the operation. You can build relationships and track engagement through GlueUp's CRM module. A few key things that you can do is you can see a contact and a company profile, and what you're viewing here is a individual contact, but you also have the ability to view this on a company level. You have the ability to create opportunities, which we'll explore later, meaning any potential streamlines of revenue, whether it be sponsorship, partnership, or even if you're chasing potential members, you can log it. Industry segmentation and other types of segmentation. One of the key areas that I feel organizations can always do a better job of, even though it's simple, it's segmenting their database. How you can do it is just by creating different filters, creating different lists. And when I say lists, we have dynamic lists. In GlueUp, we call them smart lists. So you have the ability to create different parameters for different target groups. Let's say in your database, you want to understand all of the people in F&B, food and beverage, who are located in Singapore, who are also in fact the CEO or managers of their respective companies. As long as you have those fields in your registration form for your membership, for your events, for your CRM forms, you then have the capability of creating different dynamic lists, which will constantly update itself with anybody that falls under those properties. So if you have a new member registering that they're in an F&B industry who are located in Singapore who are CEO or a member, CEO or a manager, they would automatically be added onto that list. And also for those who have lapsed their membership, who didn't pay, they get automatically removed. You can also track the engagement and have an activity live feed as what you're seeing here. So you can see all of their engagement and track their activities again in just one area. We have CRM opportunities, which I mentioned we'll be discussing. So here it is. Now, you have the capability of creating a sales pipeline, which I would say you can use it for sponsorship, partnership, and potentially chasing new members. You can create different stages, as you can see here. There's pre-qualified, qualified, negotiation, all of that could be customizable. It's a drag and drop functionality. It's a Kanban board, so you just move it along the processes or the different stages. You can connect a potential opportunity to a contact. You can also put the value, the dollar amount value in that opportunity, and also put in the expected closing date. This is helpful for those who have divisions that are catered to looking for partnership, sponsorship, or even potentially chasing new members. It's essentially a sales forecast that people can view, edit, and also add onto it. Recruiting new members. Now, with any organizations out there, you want to always be recruiting new members, even for those organizations who have more or less a relatively stable membership size. They still want to recruit new members when there are new companies set up in that particular industry. So, recruiting new members becomes an important part of any organization. Now, I mentioned earlier that creating fields is important for you to be able to segment your database and create dynamic lists. Now, if you see here, there are default fields and custom fields. You create your custom fields by creating it in the field settings under context settings. Once you create your fields once, it gets added on this selection and you can add it to your contact form, membership form, and your event form. It's easy to set up. You can even put a field where people are uploading files. And my best advice to any organization out there, if it's possible to make a field close-ended and multiple choice, do so. Why? Because once you've made those fields close-ended, multiple choice, then people who enter the data will have less chance of creating an error, a typo. For example, you have a field for country and they're typing Australia. If you have 100 people typing in Australia, whether it's by mistake or not, you might have, or I would say you will have some errors. Maybe it's typo, maybe people are a bit lazy to type in Australia in its full length. You might have those typos. So then when you create a segmentation, you want to create one of the fields is they're located in Australia, there might not be all of the individuals that should be in that list because they're spelled incorrectly on those fields. Membership management. Here are what GlueUp calls the 5 stages of a membership lifecycle. First, you have membership application, which can be done through GlueUp. You can integrate the platform to your existing website or even create a website with us. People apply online, then an invoice gets sent to them. Once that invoice gets sent and gets paid, All through Glue Up, the membership lifecycle begins. That's step three. And during this period, engagement happens, whether it's through events, email campaigns, community, all of that good stuff, providing value for your membership. Once that's done, a membership usually is for a year, whether it's a fixed date membership, meaning you start at the same period of time, or it's a rolling date or anniversary membership where you register today, your membership expires the same day next year. Regardless of the different structures that you choose, GlueUp accommodates those structures. Now, the expiration alert and renewal reminders can be tailored according to your preference. Let's say you want to send the first expiration alert and renewal reminder 1 month prior the membership expires. If they haven't renewed, 2 weeks later. If they still haven't renewed, another week later. Now, once your membership even have lapsed, GlueUp offers you the capability to provide grace period, meaning that even after they lapse, you can politely nudge them saying, hey, your membership has lapsed, but still, you're still with us. We're just checking, did you forget to pay? Could you make the payment now? All that stuff. So that stage is very crucial because most of the budget of an association comes through membership and events. So you need to maintain your membership base and hopefully even grow that membership base. And once they renew, they pay, it renews, and that life cycle begins again. The next section is membership insights. With membership insights, you want to have the capability of understanding how well your organization is performing, especially if you're stepping into 2026, whether it's year-end reports or also just checking in after the new year, understanding what has happened within the past 365 days. With GlueUp, you can tailor it in terms of the reporting, whether some of these widgets that you see here are 365 days or past year. I know some of you might think, well, Willis, what's the difference? Well, if you take the past 365 days, it's taking 365 days prior to this date. Well, this year or last year uses the calendar year. But in this section, you can understand how much revenue is waiting for payment, how much revenue is awaiting approval as well, because you can see awaiting payment and also potential memberships that have applied. You can see all that stuff from GlueUp itself. Now, I mentioned earlier that the two main streams of most organizations, and I would say most, because some of your organizations are also funded by external parties, or is the other one is events. Now with GlueUp, you can create events easily and seamlessly. How you can do that, we have a workflow that allows you to go step by step, not missing a beat, putting in information without needing the knowledge to learn how to code or any technical knowledge. Once you've inputted the information for each section, there is a very natural workflow, and one of the steps is to select a template. We have 10 different templates to choose from, so you can select a particular template and preview what your event website would look like. Yes, what your event website would look like, because GlueUp produces an event website for each event that you launch through our platform, no matter how small, no matter how big. We have different templates that you can choose from to select whether this event is better suited for a smaller event or this event is suited for a larger scale template. You can create events easily through different tools within GlueUp, and it's ready in less than 2 minutes. Once you've set up your event, what you want to do is to inform your audience, inform your community that, hey guys, we have an event, we have our Christmas event upcoming in 2 weeks. So you can create an invite to send out to your audience. It's really easy to do, and you can track the performance of this invite. For events, you can evaluate them on a micro level, meaning you can evaluate them on a per event basis. With GlueUp itself, you have the capability of understanding, well, how many people have registered? How much revenue have we collected? Email campaigns. One of the key areas of engaging with your community or audience is communicating through email campaigns, whether it's notifying any changes in any regulations or latest news, or just updating them with the latest activities. Email campaigns becomes a key area of engagement for any organization. With GlueUp, it's easy to create an email campaign because we have a drag and drop functionality. You have the capability of easily creating an email campaign through our module. And also you can create templates that you can pre-save onto the platform. Hence, when you're sending an email campaign, you can select an existing template to save you time. Email analytics. Now, similar to membership insights or event dashboard, you can also understand how your emails are performing. You can understand how many people opened, how many people did not open, where people are clicking. All of that information would be readily available for your reference. We have the MyGlue Community Hub as the member engagement hub. We have this in a web version, which is what you're viewing right now, and we have this in an app version, meaning whether they're on their laptop or on the go, they can access this member engagement hub through whatever device that they have on hand. Some of the key features is the ability of member directory, community networking, event information, member benefits, member profile, subscription management, and latest news. There is a whole bunch of things that your members can do and interact with the organization through this online environment. I mentioned that there is also an app that you can download. And for those organizations that always say, hey, you know what? I would like an app of my own organization's logo and branding. We also offer such services. For finance, this is a key area for your organization because if you're having new members apply, existing members renew, people purchasing tickets, they need to be sent out an invoice. And ideally, this is an automated process from sending out invoices to sending out receipts. All of that processes can be handled by GlueUp automatically and natively. With GlueUp, our platform will be the one sending invoices. But you might have the question, hey, Willis, I'm using a financial accounting software to help with my operations. My finance person needs it, my accounting firm needs it. Well, we can integrate with QuickBooks and Xero for the Asia Pacific region. And for payment gateway, we integrate with Stripe for most of the regions and also PayPal for some regions. Surveys. Some organizations send out surveys after an event. Some organizations send surveys throughout the year. Whatever it is, GlueUp also takes care of it. Hence, why we say we can manage your engagement in one area. Dashboards and reports. Now, for any organization, you want the ability to understand your organization in a snapshot. So if you're in a pinch, board members are asking question, well, how much revenue did we collect over the past year? How many events have we done? How many new contacts have we added? Or what's the breakdown of income over the last 6 months? Or how is our community performing? All of that is accessible within the homepage of the GlueUp platform. And this dashboard that you see is customizable by selecting different widgets on your preference. With selecting different widgets, this dashboard can be customized to each team member. So for example, I can have my own dashboard. My colleague William can also have his own dashboard with our own selection of widgets because we value different information. And for maybe William's the marketing manager, maybe I am the membership manager. So we need the ability to see uh, this analytics on different areas. Security is a very important aspect for any platform that you're planning to use. Why? Because you don't want a platform that's easily hackable, a platform that doesn't provide you capability to customize different uh, permissions. With GlueUp, you can create different roles and customize the permissions that come along with it. Take an example, William is a marketing manager. I am the membership manager. William's part of the marketing team. I'm part of the membership team. So you can create a role, as you see here, and assign the right permissions that come along with it. Maybe for a marketing manager, they don't need the ability to accept or deny new members. So we just want to make sure that their permissions are tailored according to their needs. Same goes for myself from the membership team. We have a 99.9% uptime, and also it's hosted in AWS. We have Cloudflare protection and two-factor authentication too. I mentioned we have apps. This is a GlueUp app that you can download in App Store for Apple users or Google Play Store for Android users. And also, if you need to white label the app, that's more than possible. For those who are interested in having their website or CMS in the same environment, you can use our website solution, but this is an optional item. So you can use your existing website or choose to migrate website with GlueUp. And we have an award-winning after sales service. You can check out G2, you can check out Capterra, and we provide great onboarding and support, comprehensive training, and provide other tools such as the GlueUp Help Desk and also the GlueUp Academy, which is a self-learning training course online. That's it for the presentation side, and I'll give you a preview or a quick look on the platform side of things. This is the GlueUp backend platform, or what you admins will be see and operating from. This is the member engagement hub, and this is one of GlueUp client's website. This is an example of a website created by GlueUp. Really easy to use. If you ask me what are the two key benefits of using a GlueUp website, is that it's easy to use, templated, and the second would be the ability to create member-only pages on your website. If you see here, members can easily join by selecting which membership option they prefer. We're integrating via widgets and or API. If I click become a member, I'll be brought over to this membership application process and this form appears. Now, for those of you who wants to have a membership directory on your website, we can certainly do that. And the fields that you see as the searchable fields or the filters and the fields that gets displayed on their member profile is just based on the questions that you're asking on this registration form. So we want you to work smart. No information gets thrown out. We don't want you to put in double entry. So we want to make use of the hard work that you've done. For events, all of your events are listed in this section, and each event will have its own unique event website. Even past events are also listed in this section. With these events, you can highlight speakers, you can highlight sponsors and partners, and you can create profiles for them. Really easy to do and customizable. Registering for an event, pretty easy. You can create member-only pricing, or you can create regular pricing, standard pricing, early bird pricing, creating discount codes. All of that stuff can be done within GlueUp, and this registration form is fully customizable. That's about it on the website side of things. Now we go to the login area or the member engagement hub. Now what you're viewing is the web view. We have this in an app view as well, but the functionality is same across the board. You have a member directory, events that you host will be listed here. You can register for upcoming events. Some new features that we released throughout the year is the ability to edit the ticket, transfer ticket, or cancel the ticket as well. So for those who have these circumstances happening for them often, GlueUp offers services for those issues. For memberships, you have the ability to customize those fields, and your members have the ability to update those fields by themselves. A primary member can update a company's profile and their own profile too. They can also add new members or delete or transfer the primary member role. One of my favorite things about the Member Engagement Hub is the community section, where you have the capability of creating a community where people can share posts, they can share pictures and documents too. This is an online environment for your community to interact with each other, or also if you as your organization want to be involved, you can certainly do that too. You can see who the participants are. You can send a virtual business card or a direct message. There's a repository of files that have been exchanged, and also different interest groups that can be created by your organization. We also enable the capability of one-to-one direct messaging, so just providing more capability to your community, hence providing more value for your membership. That's about it on the login area. And we have reached the backend platform or the admin side of things. All the modules are listed on the left-hand side. We have my emails, my tasks, contacts, events, campaigns, memberships, finance, communities, chapter management, and analytics. Now, I just want to highlight chapter management for just a moment. Why? Some of your organizations might have chapters that operate independently of each other, but still under one umbrella. Let's say there is the Beverage Association of Asia Pacific. They might have a chapter in Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Australia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and many more. However, with these chapters, they operate independently, but also in silo with the main organization. So you can utilize our chapter management tool. Essentially, It's a very cost-effective way for your organization to purchase multiple accounts under GlueUp. We have an Add New button, a Settings button, a Quick Help Desk, and a Notifications button. First and foremost, we'll go into this dashboard because if I click Modify Dashboard, I have an array of widgets presented to me. Now, these widgets analyze and summarize different information withheld within the platform, and each team member can customize their own dashboard. So you can understand the performance this year, the last 365 days, and many more. All that information is viewable here. You can even understand the performance of your renewals. Please do not mind this figure. This is just a demo account. Finances or invoices are listed in this section. You can also create custom invoices, and you can see all the payments that have been done. Memberships, you can see the workflow for renewals, whether it's upcoming, awaiting approval, awaiting payment, or closed, or also awaiting payment, application fee, awaiting approval, awaiting payment, awaiting activation, and decline. Essentially, a membership can go through each step process or none of it at all. And the emails that can be generated, and when I say emails that can be generated, is the automated emails. You can see there are a bunch of them. You can even turn them on or turn them off, and you can always view and edit the template. Same goes for events. You can edit them as well. Now, talking about events, I mentioned that it's really easy to do and there is a very natural workflow. I'm just going to take an existing event that has been created. Now, once I select a particular event, you can see all the modules on the left-hand side has completely changed. For me to create an event, all that I need to do is take steps from step 1 to step 5, which gives me the ability to set up, publish, promote, manage, and follow up on my events. It's a full-on workflow for pre-event to post-event. Sending newsletters or other information through the campaign module is relatively easy because if you create a campaign, I'm just gonna create a Christmas newsletter. I'm gonna send out a newsletter during Christmas period. I'm just gonna send a regular campaign. The first thing it's gonna ask me to do is who am I sending this campaign to? I'm sending it to my CEO smart list. This button indicates what a smart list is, and I will dive a little bit more on what a smart list is after this section. You can save and continue and select a verified sender email, selecting my colleague William, saving and continuing. And there are templates for me to choose from because I've pre-created them under settings, campaign templates. I'm just going to select empty. And in this section, this is where you design that email campaign. You can drag and drop. Very easy stuff. If you need to generate content, our AI capability has provided the feature for you to generate content, and you can also ask it questions on how to do things on the platform. Next, I'll show you how to create a smart list. Smart list takes the data that you've collected and put it into the good use because if you have a filter button and a download button, if I just want to understand industry, let's take the banking industry. And maybe it's I want to understand all the female bankers because Women's Day is coming up and I want to send a special invitation to that target group of individuals. I can save this into a smart list, access that smart list by clicking a drop-down button. Filter button allows you to add or remove filters, or I can download them into an Excel file. And you can select which fields gets exported to. Now I'm going to show you what my profile would look like in the CRM. So I'm just going to take my profile, and you have the capability of understanding all the payments and invoices that have been made, understand their contact profile. You can even understand what information have been updated over time because we have a data update history. Activities or activity timeline can be viewed here, and you can filter based on your preference too. As you can see, very easy, very customizable, and you can see this information in a more digestible or a more visual format, which is through the engagement metrics. You can understand how many events I've joined, did I check in onto those events or not, emails that I've opened or not. Now, opportunities gives you the ability to create a sales pipeline where you can customize these processes and you can drag and drop across the board, meaning you can control these processes and log any potential streamlines of revenue. Ideally, you'll have more closed won than closed lost. Finally, we have roles and permission. Because having a platform is great, what's not so great is people having access to different things that they should not have access to. So you can create a role and assign the right permission that is appropriate for that role. So when you have a new membership person or membership manager come in, you can add them into the member role. And that's about it for me. Thank you all for your time and attention today. I hope today's session was informative, gives you an insight to how your association should be planning for 2026. If you're interested in learning how GlueUp can empower your association for the next year and even more, feel free to reach us at sales@glueup.com. I'm Willis, signing off. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.